Denton County, it's Andy Eads, your Denton County Judge, and it is Saturday afternoon, April 25th, 2020, and I wanted to talk to y'all today about the COVID-19 crisis here in the county and how do we document our experience here in Denton County as we go through the COVID-19 situation. I know that we're all very eagerly awaiting on Monday Governor Abbott's press conference where he's going to talk about what steps we can take across the state to open up not only Denton County, but the whole state of Texas. We're very eager to get back to work, and we're eager to hear from Governor Abbott as he outlines those plans. But I'd like for us to take a moment and a time to pause and reflect back on 1918 and what was called at that time the Spanish influenza and how Denton County dealt with it then. And I think it would be illustrative of how we can document and preserve our experiences that we're going through here in 2020. So a great friend of mine, Mike Cochran, he's a wonderful historian here in Denton County, and he sent me some great articles that I'd like to share with y'all today. And it outlines how was the Spanish influenza documented and how was it dealt with here locally in Denton County. And this article says, health officer orders schools, churches, and shows closed to prevent the spread of Spanish influenza epidemic that is threatened. And it says Dr. F.F. Piner, city health officer, issued an order Tuesday afternoon closing the city schools, churches, theaters in Denton until further notice because of the prevalence of the Spanish influenza. The state colleges were not ordered closed, not being under the jurisdiction of the city health officer, but they have been asked to suspend public gatherings for the time being. He goes on to talk about the public is warned against congregating at any place for any purpose on account of danger of the spread of influenza. Parents are urged to keep their children off the streets and away from any gatherings. This order takes effect at midnight, October the 8th, 1918. And it goes on to talk about Spanish influenza is assuming a serious phase in Denton County, as well as here in Denton and the country districts, and they are perhaps worse afflicted than the city. Local druggists are rushed with prescription work until they have little time to spare for anything else away from their prescription cases. Reports Tuesday from many parts of Denton County were to the effect that the malady is rapidly spreading, and in numerous instances, whole families are down with the disease. And so that's a interesting take on things. I like this one. This talks about the Spanish influenza precautions, and they're very similar to the same precautions that we are encouraging people to take now. I won't read it all, but it talks about avoiding crowds as possible, including moving picture places, theaters, and other assembly halls. When feasible, avoid crowded streetcars. And we did have streetcars back then and didn't. Number 8, avoid common drinking cups, common towels, and similar utensils. And it encourages, just as we do today, wash your hands frequently. And it goes on to talk about in a separate article here, the Denton County Red Cross chapter has been instructed from headquarters to extend every possible aid from its organization to the health authorities in combating the Spanish influenza epidemic. The action is taken at the urgent request of the Public Health Service. Bulletins giving instructions for combating the disease and for preventative measures beforehand were received by the local chapter Tuesday and immediately put into circulation through the public schools, the Boy Scouts, and other means. The Red Cross undergraduate nurses, practical nurses, and lay women helpers, and when they are enrolled in the Southwestern Division Red Cross Committee on the influenza, the Red Cross will pay them at the stated scale ranging from $75 down to $35 a month. So that was big wages back then, I guess. This is another article talking about the health officer orders the schools, churches, and shows closed. And it goes on to talk about reports Tuesday from the country indicate that many districts, almost every family has at least one member sick, and in many families, practically every member is affected with the disease. I like this part. It talks about the acting governor, R.M. Johnston, at Austin on Monday issued a proclamation asking that the schools be closed wherever the situation is so serious as to indicate that further spread of the disease is apt to result in wholesale affliction in communities. And our county health director was also sick with it as well. And it goes on to talk about the county health officer was a victim. Dr. J.E. Stover, county health officer, is himself a victim of the malady. He was able to come to the telephone to talk with the reporter, however, and said that he was inclined to think that the schools of the county should be closed and all public gatherings and all visitings be forbidden. But since I am myself a victim of the disease, Dr. Stover said, I did not feel like taking action without consultation with the other health authorities of the county. So he was getting some advice since he was sick as well. We've had a lot of sporting events closed across America and here in the county, and same thing happened back then. Friday football game was postponed between the Denton High School and the Forest Avenue High School of Dallas has been indefinitely postponed due to the issue. And then the UNT, the University of North Texas, used to be called the Texas Normal College before its name was changed many years ago. And it talks about a new hospital that was created on the campus, a new hospital being arranged for the normal college students. A new hospital is being arranged for the students of the North Texas Normal College, which will be as much convenience to 6 students. When the military unit was established there, it became necessary to arrange a hospital for the men, and this has been in use for several days. In it are 9 patients who are suffering from the Spanish influenza principally. The other hospital will be opened immediately and will be used to take care of college students that become seriously ill. 2 residences that were on the additional ground purchased by the college recently have been fitted for new hospitals. So that was how the normal college was handled. They were putting up two hospitals there. And again, our religious institutions back then were impacted as well. The revival at First Baptist Church was postponed because of the Spanish influence, and it goes into great details about that. So why am I talking about this today? I'm talking about it because I would love for us to have a countywide initiative that helps document the way we are dealing with COVID-19 here in 2020. And so how do we do that? We can write our personal accounts down and email them to the county. We're also going to have a contest, hopefully with some of our school districts this fall for students to write essays and document their experience. We believe that documenting it and writing it out helps people to not only preserve the history, but also kind of get through some of the issues that they're dealing with during the COVID-19. All images are obviously very important. And in today's social media environment, it's so easy to make a meme and share a meme. It goes around the world. And so we'd love for people to share their memes with us as well. And so anyone can email us at this email address. It's covid19@dentoncounty.gov. We'd love for, scratch that, COVID-19 archives at dentoncounty.gov. You can also comment below and share your comments there. We'd love to capture that, preserve it for our archives. But I just want to share a few things with y'all to give you some inspiration. This is a great one. It says new Easter baskets coming soon, and it's got Clorox and a variety of necessities, which are kind of hard to find. This is a great meme I wanted to share with y'all. I think it's very applicable. If you can see this, it talks about the relative importance in 2020 so far, and coffee is obviously remaining constant. Car usage has kind of gone down. Internet usage has gone up. What is this one? Shaving's gone down significantly, but we all know that the usage of sweatpants has gone up in the spring of 2020. This is a great one. It's got a picture of a pet. It's for your own good. You've got to stop touching your face. So that's a great meme. These are just some ones that our staff and at the county and the museum collected just as inspirations for this conversation today. This is a great one with a teddy bear with a mask. We all need our masks this day and time. These are not only have people dealing with it individually, but our institutions, our parks and so forth have been impacted. So this is a photograph from the city of Denton talking about the park. The playground is currently closed at this time. This is a great shot. This is over at Texas Woman's University, kind of showing an empty campus. This is another educational institution. This is Forest Vista Elementary in Flower Mound. Stay safe, schools closed. This is from the city of Louisville, talking about their park closure, that the city closed their park at this time. I love this one. because I think we could all use a little bit more of this. And this is from Pilot Point Elementary School, Show Kindness. I think it's a great lesson we could all take note of at this stressful time. This is great. This is taken at Kroger. You can see this. It says, heroes wear masks, and we do know that our grocery store workers are definitely classified as frontline responders these days. I love this one because Frenchie has done so much across the county for so many years, inspiring people, and he came over to our health department the other day and brought one of the vans to show appreciation for our Denton County health workers who've been great employees working on the front lines. We're all in this together. Let's help support one another and pray. So thank you, Frenchie, for all your support. We know that kids are dealing with this in their own new and unique ways, and some things just never go out of style, and that's chalk art. And so this is a great picture. It says, we rise by lifting others. And so we'd love for you to photograph your kids' artwork. And kids, if you're watching, y'all can send in your artwork again to COVID-19 archives at dentoncounty.gov. Lastly, I'd like to close with this meme that somebody sent in. And I think it's very applicable to what we're going through these days. Is not everything is canceled. Sunshine is not canceled. Spring is not canceled. Love is not canceled. Relationships are not canceled. Reading is not canceled. Naps are not canceled. Devotion is not canceled. Music is not canceled. Dancing is not canceled. Imagination is not canceled. Kindness is not canceled. Conversations are not canceled. Hope is not canceled. And I think that is very applicable. I think we could all use those words today, and I'm glad that somebody sent that in that I could share with you today. And I would just like to ask y'all to join us in these efforts to preserve COVID-19 response and COVID-19 survival tactics that so many people have used to get through this stressful time. Hopefully 100 years from now, just like as I read the accounts of Denton County in 1918, over 100 years ago, that some future Denton County resident can look back and see how we survived, how we were Denton County strong, and how we got through this together, and hopefully better. We got through this together, and we got through it better than we were on the front end of this. Thank you, and please make your comments below. Submit your photographs either below in the comments. I'd ask you to share this video, share it to your friends, and encourage them to join us in this effort of documenting Denton County as a response to COVID-19. Again, Denton County, you can go to our website, comment below, or go to COVID-19 archives at dentoncounty.gov. Thanks so much. We look forward to all those submittals.